Awesome. Well, hello and welcome to everyone watching the replay. Thank you for watching. And I'm so glad that Faith is here with us live to be with Jann Franklin, a fellow Louisiana author. I'm so excited to have you with us again this summer. And we're talking about beds, breakfast, and beta blockers.
Yes.
Well,
Hello, everyone. Thank you. So fun. Thank you, Joy, for having me here. So thank you for that.
Absolutely. I'm just so glad you could be with us. I know I've had several people that have been so excited to talk with you this week and to hear all about this new series of books. So I'm going to dive right in with a question specifically about the Beds, Breakfast, and Beta Blockers book. I'm curious, what inspired writing a character who decides to open a bed and breakfast with dogs when she has no idea how to cook and she has no dogs?
So, I have a friend who has a bed and breakfast right here in Grand Canyon, Louisiana. Population, 2,500. And she said, you know what, I just want to have people come in. And I thought, well, that's great. But, what about dogs? And she's like, well, I think, I get dogs and that's fun. And so she said, we could do that. And kind of the whole thing was inspired with my friend just doing this whole kind of, I kind of stepped back thinking, well, that's interesting. Well, that's interesting. I mean, like, really, you're just going to do that? I mean, okay, that's kind of strange, but okay. I mean, she just was very enthusiastic. Well, no, I think it'll be fun, and I think it'll be, great things. And so I just said, I mean, it's kind of like, I think that would make a really interesting book. And so yeah, there we are. Um, so if anyone ever comes to Grand Canyon, Louisiana, we have a bed and breakfast that actually takes dogs and people and cats, and it's very interesting. So yeah.
I may have to venture over that way with my Dutch Shepherd, Kaiser.
Yes, exactly. So I mean, I guess, yeah, it was just very much like, wow, that's what's happening. You know what? We should write a book. I'm going to write a book. That would be so much fun. So, yeah.
So for most of your books, do you draw from real life for your characters?
I do, because I feel like real life is very much like, wow, how can you can't make that up. It's, wow, yeah, let's do that. So, yeah.
The whole like truth is stranger than fiction.
Yes, definitely.
That's great.
So do you have someone in real life that inspired the beta blocker part?
I'm laughing so hard because, okay, so we have a nephew who he's in his second year of medical school, and so I will text him, Lawson, what if I killed your uncle by using beta blockers, for example? How would that work? I mean, like, how would that happen? Like, I'm not going to kill him or anything. And he'll text me, and Jan, I'm very concerned about you. Like, are you absolutely sure? No, I promise. It's all good. So he's kind of gotten to where, okay, in fact, he's like, you understand, if you actually, if Uncle John actually dies for something about this, like, I could be in trouble because I gave you advice. Honey, it's fine. I'm not really. I will text him happy photos of me and my husband. See, we're fine. It's all good. We love each other. I'm not actually going to kill him. And I keep telling him, Lawson, come on. If I was going to, and I'm sure he's going, yeah, right. That's exactly what a murderer would say. If I was going to kill your uncle, I wouldn't actually text you and ask you questions, right? That would just be so wrong. But he just, yeah, sure. That's not at all what would happen. So, no. Um, so drawing on real life experiences, probably not so much, but do have some resources.
But you have the medical resource, yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Plus the B, it just works really well with the title.
Yes.
So
Yes, absolutely.
So this is the first in your 3-Dog Mystery series, and of course I have the second one right there. So how many do you have planned, or is it kind of you're not sure what's going to happen?
I guess if I'm not in prison, yeah, that's a whole other thing. But yeah.
Wait, is this unrelated to the
Totally unrelated? Yes. No. No, I'm kidding. No, I think, there's, does that sound crazy? Is there so many ways to die? No, there would be, yeah. Actually, book 3 is at the editor right now. Porches and Podcasters is at yeah, right there to be published. And it's actually maybe possibly going to be a spinoff. I think it will. So the third book, spoiler alert, a young lady whose brother is a podcaster, and he does urban legends. Joy, you'll love that.
Yes.
So you have all those, especially deep in South Louisiana, you have all those people or things to look at, and he's looking at a couple of legends in the swamp, and is disappears. No one's hearing from him, so his sister comes looking for him, wanting to know, was it Bigfoot or the Rougarou, or what's going to happen. So that will be.
I'm like really eager for that one to come out.
Yes, that one sounds great.
So much fun things down in Louisiana. There's so much lore and legend and everything. It's very interesting.
Oh, I love that. I love how you weave it into your stories and all of that. So I was going to ask you too, if you can just kind of tell us, especially for anyone who may not be as familiar with your books, you have several different series. Could you tell us a little bit about your other series and share how they relate to one another?
Oh, great question. Okay, so my very, very first cozy mystery series, her hometown is Graceville, which is very close to Baton Rouge, and she's a mystery writer who retired, but came out of retirement because her brother, coincidentally, is a sheriff's deputy. So she has been doing that. That's Small Town Girl Mysteries. Book 7 came out in April. About it's close to my heart, but anyway, yeah. And then actually, I have another one coming out this month. About mysteries. It's called The Case of the Missing Sister. So a totally different woman who her husband left her because she wasn't interesting. Aww. And so she's needing something to do, and her daughter says, why don't you volunteer at the library? And so she stumbles upon a mystery, so that's kind of fun. But yeah, so 3 right now. And then we have Miss uh, with the sorry, with the one we're talking right now, the beds beta, what's it called? Ah, beds,
Beds,
breakfast, beta
sleep,
blockers.
beta
Thank you.
blockers. I know it's a
Yeah,
tongue twister. So
it
Roe
is.
is the main character with these. Yeah. Awesome. Well, I'm excited
Yes.
about the other series that you've got coming out, and it's this month in July, or is it August that one will be out?
Yeah, this month. Yeah, Christmas in
Awesome.
July. So yeah, but
Yay.
yeah, so fun. Yeah, that was Mystery Without a Body. I told my husband it's Christmas. You can't have Christmas with murder. That's just kind of creepy. Yeah. So anyway, yeah, but it's Louisiana. I mean, anything can happen. You know that,
True.
Joy. I mean, everything's
Oh yeah.
just, it's Louisiana.
Yep.
I think we're
And
kind of famous for, mafia people and mysteries and everything. So it's kind of fun.
crooked politicians, you got to work those in there too.
Yeah, exactly. That would be a fun series too. Yeah.
Well, and Faith also lives in Louisiana, so she gets
Nice.
you.
Yes,
So
Joy and I actually met in person, not through books,
yeah,
because we're close to each other. So
yeah, we've known each other for quite a while, and our love of books just keeps us coming back together to
yeah.
share what we're reading and all that kind of stuff.
Hmm.
So it's so much fun. So Faith, do you have any other questions for Jann?
So, like your books are very amusing, and talking to you, you sound like you have such a great sense of humor. So, so do you feel like that pervades your life? That you're usually just a really upbeat person? Because I read it and I think, how is she funny all the time? Because because like if I were going to write, there would be so many like boring passages.
Well, no, you sound fun. I think you'd be a great author. I mean, totally. I think it's different. I mean, of course, life is not always funny. Oh, my husband was just before I came on here is like, "You're so funny. You're hilarious. Stop. Stop. You need to be serious for this, thing." And I'm like, "Yeah, of course I do." But no, I think life has to be, sometimes you just have to go, I have to be funny because otherwise life is so serious, you know, and that's the thing with my books. Like that's so funny you say that. I have a friend who also writes cozy mysteries, and she says, "Your books are so funny." She said, "I don't understand. I can't be funny. Like it's just so serious." And I said, "Well, I can't not be funny." So I, how can you not be funny? I mean, life is just kind of hilarious to me. I don't know. I mean, some people are very serious. Some people are not. So I don't know. I I like to find humor in everything I do. I mean, because I guess for me, it's just fun to find humor. So anyway, that probably makes no sense. You're probably going, whatever. Okay, lady. But anyway,
So,
Oh, that's
so
great.
how many years have you been writing?
um, I retired. I'm actually an accountant, a CPA, which most people go, what? How can you do that? Because that's like the opposite of funny. Well, I was an accountant, CPA, because my parents said, you have to, if we're going to pay for you to go to college, you have to do something, that you can actually make money at. So I did something for many, many
That's what I
years.
said to my daughter. If you want a degree, it has to be a degree with a paycheck attached.
Goodness, yes. Our parents totally
Yes,
went to college
that's a
together.
parent
Yeah, and
thing.
like they probably hung out together and yeah, exactly. So I did all those years, and then I retired, and my husband said, "You need to do something, that you enjoy, because now you're retired. You should do something that you want to do." And I'm like, yeah, well, not accounting, that's for sure. So he said, "Why don't you write a book? You're very, you're very funny. You should write a book." So here we are. Yes. So no, yeah, I understand. So
That's great.
So, how many years ago was that?
6,
Wow. How many books do you have out in 6 years?
3, 7, 10, 11, probably. uh, Yeah, the 12th one is at the editor. When you actually decide to listen to your husband, look what happens.
Turns out he has some good advice for you.
Yes, he's probably actually, if he was listening, he's always like, "No, get on that Zoom call and you just have a good time." If he was listening in the next room, he'd be like, "Oh my gosh, like people actually believe you, like you told them I was right. Hey, let me get on there." So yeah, that's why he's not here. But
That's great. Now we have it on recording.
I
He's
think,
going to want that.
oh my goodness, yes, for sure. Yeah, no, because you need to. You ha- I think everybody, I mean, of course, there's always that person who can go, "Yes, I will do that and I will totally go forward." But I think for a lot of us, it's so wonderful to have that person, that one person goes, "You can do this and I believe in you." And y- go forward and take care of that because I got you. And for me, that's my husband. He's amazing. So. And thank goodness he can't hear that, because that would be a whole big thing. Like I would never hear the end of that. So you're right, Joy. Though I will have to send him this
Send him
recording.
the
You're
link.
right.
Yes. There you go. So I know something about you that happened recently that has to do with a coffee shop. And you recently becoming an owner of the coffee shop. Am I right about that?
Well,
Yeah.
you're right. So
Okay.
yeah. Um,
All right.
yeah.
So I have questions about that because your little town inspired much of your book's setting, which we already talked about, and it has a charming coffee shop. So now that you are actually an owner of a coffee shop, do you have a different perspective of life behind the counter now than when you first started writing those coffee shop scenes?
Yes. And if any of you ever walk into a local coffee shop, please, please, please compliment the owner and please, please tip, because oh my goodness, it's really hard. Um, so okay, backstory. Our town has, I think the population sign says 246 people. We're actually down. Um, we don't have a public school, which doesn't, it causes people to go down the road, because you want your child to have a place to go. So all that to say, when the coffee shop was opened, we didn't open the shop. We, but we loved it. We were so happy. That was lovely for the community. And they're like, "Oh yeah, this is fun, but that's a lot of work. So we're going to sell it." Well, we didn't want it to go away. So we said, "Okay, how hard could it be to, run a coffee shop? It can't be that hard, right? I mean, that could be that hard." Well, yeah, we figured that out. That was a lot. So we've been through a lot, but you know what? It for us, it was more about community, because we don't have a community center. We don't have restaurants that are open late at night and all day, every day. So we wanted that to happen. And for us, it was more of a ministry. So it's been fun. It's been interesting. It's so it's, it's,
You're kind of cutting in
yeah.
and out.
Great Canyon, Louisiana. Please talk about our bake. Have a who loves to bake and rolls this morning. That's all. So yes,
Cinnamon
come see.
rolls.
But every single book you'll
Oh,
You're
there you are.
muted.
You're back.
You're muted,
You're
Jan.
muted.
Send her the inviting angel.
there we go. Okay,
There we
so
go.
yes, sorry. Okay, yes. So coffee shops, yes. Every small town I've ever been in, there now is a place to go, and that's important. So
Yeah.
for us, it was important to have a coffee shop, a place for people to gather, a place for people to stop. So yes,
That's awesome. And what is the name of your coffee shop?
Great Commission, after the verse in the book of Matthew, where for us it's definitely a ministry. Um, just a place for people to come and have a good cup of coffee and have a place to stay and visit. So
That's perfect. And cinnamon rolls. I heard that part. It was breaking up, but I heard cinnamon rolls, and
oh yes,
I'm coming for the
yeah.
bed and breakfast with dogs and the cinnamon rolls.
I know, right? Who doesn't like cinnamon rolls? Oh, they're so good. So yes.
Awesome.
Love that, Joy. Thank you.
Yes. Okay, so we just have a few minutes left, and I do have some other questions, but Terry has joined us, so I want to see if Terry has any questions or if Faith has any other questions.
I didn't really come in with any questions, and I don't know what all I missed. I like your vision for your coffee shop, though, from what you were sharing with us. That's kind of what my husband's vision was for the bookstore he wanted to run, but it has not come to be yet. He wanted it to be kind of like a community center where groups can use a room and talk about books, talk about whatever, but and he had a lot of ideas of things that we could do with a spare room in the bookstore. So, but it has not yet happened. Hasn't gotten past dream stage.
We had almost exactly the same dreams. Ours didn't come to fruition either.
Well, we do have 2 tons or a ton of books. If you ever find a business location, we could probably partner and bring the books in.
There you go. That's great. Faith, do you have any other questions?
No, I mean, so you've been writing 6 years. You have 12 books. So you're doing 2 books a year. How do you keep getting more ideas? Like I feel like I would just run out of ideas.
A good question.
I don't think you would. I mean, honestly, I don't. I think you personally could sit down and probably come up with ideas for several books. In fact, my husband's cousin came over this today, and we were talking. We had, lunch, and she's talking about I love my husband, but what if? But I have. Okay, again, I write cozy mysteries, so I'm always looking for dead bodies. So I don't, I need to preface that, but she's like, I'd love my sister-in-law, but she just kind of drives me crazy. And I said, I totally get that. What would happen? I probably, oh my goodness, if her sister-in-law ever goes missing, I think I need an alibi, y'all, so I probably need to preface that. But, she's like, well, I love her, but she drives me crazy. And, I said, well, okay, but don't you, like have some property out in the woods and a pond? And we started talking about, and she's like, oh my gosh, did you just preface your whole next book? I said, yeah, I did, but she's like, you cannot use any names. Yes, I understand that. Yeah. If your sister-in-law ever turns up missing, I know nothing. But I mean, it's funny. I mean, yes. So yeah. So if my next book is about a woman who doesn't really like her sister-in-law, and then her sister-in-law turns up missing, but she's on the hook for the murder, and she has to. Yeah, that's not her. Nothing. That's totally fiction. Nothing ever happened. Nothing at all. So yeah.
Great. All right. Well, let's close out with one last question for you. And this is, I would love for you to share with us some of your favorite interactions, or maybe just one favorite interaction with a reader over the years. What is something special that has happened with a reader of yours?
I get a lot of readers that say, I've had these sad things happen in my life, and I'm so thankful to read your books and get to interact with you and know that there's someone out there that I can talk to.
Oh, wow. That's so
I
special.
love that. And Joy, you probably have that too. Just people that go, I love having someone that I can, share something with. I love that.
That's precious. And that is a beautiful example of the power of stories and how they bring us together. Authors, readers, readers with readers, authors with authors. And that's beautiful. Thank you for sharing that.
You're very welcome. We love our readers. We are so thankful. And I think that's lovely about independent authors, or indie authors, is that, we're not J.K. Rowling or whoever, that, we don't have 75,000 gazillion readers. We read each email, everything from our readers, and we respond because we can and we want to. And I love that.
That's true. That's beautiful. Yay. Well, thank you for being with us, Jann. This has been so special, and I know we have a few more days in your week, and people will probably drop some questions and stuff in the group for you. But and then on Saturday, I will announce whoever has the most points this week gets to win an autographed copy of this gorgeous book with the adorable dogs on the cover. So thank you so much for being with us, and thank you, Faith and Terry, for joining us live.
Glad to do it. I do enjoy your characters, Jann, and I wish I had a dog that could get a job like the like the dog in your book who's bringing in the money and paying the bills. I'm like, man, that would be cool.
That would be nice. Come on, Kaiser, what are you doing over there?
I know. Your dogs should be able to do that. They've got little occasional blog posts on your newsletter.
That's
They
true.
they could be good spokes dogs.
Yes, for sure. Absolutely. Work on that. Yeah, tell them. Show them by example.
There you go.
Have them read Jann's books. They'll get inspired.
There we go. There we go. I'm going to have to take a picture now. That'll have to be Saturday. I'll have to make sure I take a picture with my pup.
For sure.
Well, thank you all. Have a wonderful night.
Okay, bye.
Bye.